Good day, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Ruben Torrens, and yes, today I will continue with the calculators, and I will use these calculators to show you how to determine what's better, if it's better to save in RRSPs or in TFSA. And of course, we're all different. This is not for you, it's for one specific person, but this is what you will be able to do shortly, as soon as I load these calculators on a website. I thought it was going to be quicker, honestly, but well, no, it got more complex than anticipated. But I'm telling you, I'm working really hard on it. So let me share with you the story of Joe. Joe is 50 years old, finished paying his mortgage. He's done with his kids' education, but he has no retirement savings. And he's going to start saving now at age 50. He wants to retire at age 65, and he's confident that he can save $10,000 per year in RRSPs. So every year from age 50 to age 65, he will save $10,000. Now, just as a quick reminder, when you say money in RRSPs, this is a deduction, it's a tax deduction. So how does that work? Well, let's say you earn in any given year $80,000 from employment, or this is your income. And you deposit $10,000 into RRSPs, then you pay tax on 70,000. The 10,000 RRSPs plus the growth will be taxable as you withdraw it at retirement. And this is the name of the game. So deposit the money into RRSPs while you're working, your tax rate is higher, and take the money out. When you retire, your tax rate is lower, and if everything works okay, then you'll be okay. But most of the time, does not work okay. So this is why it's so important to calculate it. So what happens? How does this work? Well, Joe is based on his income. His tax rate is 30%, meaning if he deposits $10,000 in RSPs, he will save $3,000 in taxes for that particular year. And then hopefully when he withdraws that money from RSPs, he's not going to pay as much as 3,000. If he pays 3,000 or more, but then there is a problem. Again, this is what it needs to be anticipated. And the alternative is to save in tax-free savings account. But money saved on a tax-free savings account is not tax deductible. So you have to pay tax first. So then Joe needs the $10,000, pay $3,000 in taxes, 30% tax, and end up with $7,000 to be deposited into a tax-free savings account. And similarly, at retirement, when he starts withdrawing money, if Joe withdraws $1,000 from an RRSP, if he decides to save in RRSPs, he will be able to withdraw $700 per month from his tax-free savings account. So apparently, it looks like, well, yeah, it will be better to withdraw $1,000 if I'm going to pay less taxes. But let's remember one thing: RRSPs are not only taxable, are part of your tax return and can affect your government pensions. And let's see what happened to Joe. What I did here is I'm using two calculators side by side. It's the same calculator. Here on the left side is the original calculator. I just created another identical. I just copy one right next to it. And the website there was only going to be one calculator. But I did this for this video just to show you the difference. I will use the left side here for to calculate income with RRSP, and the right side to calculate income for TFSA, and you will see the difference. What the calculator shows here at the top is that Joe lived all his life in Canada, so between age 18 and age 65, he has 40 years or more of Canadian residency. So he will receive maximum all-day security, which is $687.56 in March of 2023. And from Canada Pension Plan, his statement of contribution says that if he continues to contribute up to age 65 at the rate that he is contributing, he will receive $750. So we will enter $750. Here on this field, you enter your own numbers. you will be able to enter your own numbers. So the guaranteed income supplement in this case, because there is no any other income, is $506 per month for a total government pension of $1,944. But we will use this for RRSPs, and Joe saved in RRSPs, and he will withdraw $1,000 per month in RRSPs. So we will enter 1,000 here to see what happens, and look what happened to the guaranteed income supplement. It disappears completely. So this 1,000 costs more than $500 in guaranteed income supplement, and Joe ends up with a total of $2,437, of which 1,437 are government pensions. Okay, but in the case of TFSA, well, we will have the same scenario: 40 years of Canadian residency, the same amount of old age security, and the same amount of Canada pension plan. So we have again the $506 of guaranteed income supplement, and now we will say that Joe will take from his tax-free savings account $700 per month instead of the 1,000 that he took from RRSPs. And what happens here is that the tax-free savings account does not interfere with the guaranteed income supplement, and the end result is about $200 more of income, a little bit more than $200 per month on income. So this is $2,500, almost $2,500 per year. So is give or take will be in the 20 years of retirement a $50,000 difference. Clearly, in the case of Joe, he should save for his retirement in tax-free savings account if this is the case. Now, let's see what happens with a higher scenario. Let's see what happens if instead of 1,000, Joe has the capacity of saving a lot more, and he will be able to withdraw $2,000 from RRSPs versus $1,400 from tax-free savings account. And now we have $3,437 in the case of the RRSP, $3,344 and in the case of a tax-free savings account. It all depends. It's a give or take. It all depends how much money you will be able to save and what the components are. And this is for a single person. But what if Joe happens to be married? I have a spouse. And with this calculator that I'm sharing now with you, and I did the same, it's a little more complex because now it's for two spouses, so this is for a couple, when they're both over the age of 65. And now we will say again, so if they both have 40 years of Canadian residency, they will have the same amount of old age security. And if we assume that they have $700 each, and in this case, it doesn't really matter if it's not 700 each. Like here, what's important is that between the two is 1,400 because they're added. If one is 400 and the other one is 2,000, will be the exact same situation. So no matter what the combination will be between these two. So, and this is the guaranteed income supplement that this couple qualifies for in this case. So here we can enter either $1,000 from RRSPs or we can enter $500 each. It doesn't really matter because these two cells, as well as the Canada pension plan, they will be added. They're added at the background. So for the to not to confuse you, I will enter $500 each, which is the $1,000 from RRSPs, and they will end up with $1,887 each, where 1,387 are government pensions. This is so important, guys, the level of government pensions. The reason why is because government pensions are indexed to inflation. So the higher amount of government pensions, the more stability your pension income will have. This is why these calculators are separated in two portions. The top portion calculates government pensions only, and then the rest of whatever else you have. You may have RRSPs, tax-free savings account, you may receive dividends, you may receive capital gains, or may have employment income. Many types of income that you may receive, but they're all optional. So the top of the government pensions, they're your default. They're right there. So okay, let's go see what happens with in the case of the tax-free savings account. Well, we will have the same $700 each in Canada Pension Plan, from Canada Pension Plan. And now, well, we will, from tax-free savings account, $350 each to make up to the 700. And now we find out that it goes from 1887 per month to 1960. So almost $100 each difference per month. Once again, this is about $165 per month extra. So that will be on the first 20 years of retirement, you're looking at about $36,000 more with saving on tax-free savings account in this case. But again, the same thing as Joe. And another important thing, as I said before, is the difference with the tax-free savings account. In this case, because it doesn't decrease the supplement, they end up with $1,610 of government pension each. Versus 1,387. So this is a substantial difference because it's between the two is about $500 difference, almost 500 difference every month, which is additional money indexed to inflation. And this is so important, guys, because they will literally put money in your pocket calculating your pension income like this. This is not about investment income, or this is not about investment returns or how to invest your money. It has nothing to do with that. I don't want to get into that topic. This is about how to put the pieces of your retirement together, which is a lot more complex. Because what happens is now you're working and you receive an income, say, from your employer. But once you retire, so the income start coming from different sources: Canada Pension Plan, All Day Security, Guaranteed Income Supplement, RRSP, Tax-Free Savings Account, rental income, the employer pension. There are many, many sources. They're all treated differently. And what I did is I created these calculators that there are center in which you can go and experiment and put things in and out to see how you can achieve the maximum income possible. So it is complex. I'm not saying that it is easy. It took me a long time to put this thing together because what happens is I had the calculators, but for my use, I know how to handle dividends and capital gains and interest and everything else. But when I decide to publish this on a website, I need to make major surgery to the calculators and make them user friendly. Or that's what I'm trying to achieve. You will be the judge if I made them user friendly or not when they're available. But anyway, the only thing you need to do is to be alert and to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, so make sure you're not going to miss any future videos and you're not going to miss the launch of the website. If you have any questions, you can contact me at the email address on the screen. The email address is also on the description of the video. And other than that, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. And I will see you soon. I will see you in the next video.